Hi, I'm Lenny, and I want to tell you more about a book I wrote. This novel is written in Dutch, so you can't read it, but I'm trying to translate it in English because I really love the English book market, and I always think of the UK as a book reading country, not Belgium. So I want to make an English version of it, and I just started translating it, and I'm just on the first chapter. I'm not sure if it's any good, my translation. So besides of just telling you about my novel and wanting to translate it, I'm also asking for help to translate it or to proofread it, or give me any help I can get in publishing it in English. Anyway, first let me tell you something more about this book. I started writing this in the end of 2019, and I always wanted to write. I always saw myself, when I grow up, I want to become a writer, and I knew I had at least one book inside of me. So stuff happened, and I just thought I'm getting to this age that I have to do this if I want to get it done in this lifetime. So I just started writing, and I started writing about the most personal, deep trauma that I have had in my life, because I thought, they always say you have to write about the stuff that you know about. And also, I already listened to a few free webinars about writing and how to work with your characters and how to develop them and everything, but I didn't do anything of that. I was just not interested in any of it. I just started writing, and I didn't know where it was going to end. So I just started writing about this trauma in my life. I didn't have any plans. I just started writing. I just sat at my computer and started writing, and it came out as I'm writing from the viewpoint of my friend. In 1986, my best friend died in an accident, and I write this from her perspective, and it was my way of overcoming, of dealing with the past. But that's just the first chapter. I didn't have any other ideas or plans for this book. In the end, it became an introduction to personal growth, personal development, and to spirituality, because that's what I'm all about. That's what my profession is all about. And even about spiritual awakening, you can find stuff in this book. I wrote it as a novel, so it's not a non-fiction book, it's a fiction book. But that's because I've always been a chick lit reader. All these, well, you don't see them, but there's lots of books on chick lits, and my favorite authors write chick lits. So it's a bit written with that in the back of my mind. What else can I tell you about it? The first chapter, which I just translated in English, you can find it on my Telegram channel, and the Telegram channel is the same name as this channel. It's Back to Your True Self. First, I want to read to you the back cover so that you know what it's about. I just translated it in English as good as I can. So listen, this is what the book is about. If you could plan your life in advance, what choices would you make? Where would you be born? What would your life purpose be? And what if you could do it all over again? Lucy and Quinn are soulmates. Their special bond even overcomes death. They meet each other again and again in the afterlife, after which they again start a new life together. Their cycle of 7 lives is almost over when the two friends meet again in the afterlife, but this time is different. they are both present at a top secret meeting. The Earth is about to undergo an important transformation, and immediately they each have different visions of their next life. It's clear for Quinn, she never wants to incarnate on Earth again. And Lucy, on the other hand, is motivated to take on the challenge, but before she can do that, she has to deal with the demons of her past. Is she brave enough for a confrontation with her past lives? And can she deal with the shocking memories? And can she let go of Quinn to focus on her new mission? Or do the two girlfriends find a way to stay together? So that's what the book is. That's the short outline of the story. A little bit more about me is also on the back cover. Lenny Keynes, that's me, is a holistic therapist, coach and medium. Her fictional debut, it's called, if I translate the title, it's called The Long-Awaited Return. I don't know if I want to call that in English. For now, I have the Go Back girls, like instead of come back, you have go back because they go back to Earth. So maybe that's just the title I'm playing with at the moment. So this fictional debut with reincarnation as the main theme overturns the modern idea of death as an endpoint and proposes a new salutary vision. Despite the spiritual approach, the book also reads as a fascinating psychological novel. The three different lives of Lucy effortlessly absorb the reader and take you centuries back in time. So that's what's on the back on the cover, and I had the cover developed like in a more chick-lit kind of way, because that's just how I am. So that's the first chapter. I can't tell you much about the first chapter, you just have to read it. Because it's just basically my story, or the trauma I went through about a lot of years ago, 36 years ago now. It's still so vivid in my imagination, also in the imagination of my friends who were with me at that time. So it's something really monumental in my life. This book starts with someone who is dying, and that's also, my life has been about or around death a lot. It sounds really weird to say, but when someone you love dies, or you have this confrontation with death in your life, it always makes you reflect more and think more about things. It just takes you in a different kind of state of mind. Not sure how to tell you how to say this, but it's always about self-reflection. It's always, grieving is always something so deep, and it's sort of a taboo because we don't talk enough about it in our lives. That is the one thing outside of birth that everyone has in common, but we don't talk about it enough, I think. And I think it's such how you see that kind of makes you look at life also. So the way you perceive that, if you're scared of dying, that all changes your view on life, or the way that you live your life as well. So that's kind of a deep thing, and that's why I start this book also with this chapter, to get you into that more state of introspective state of mind. So I'll keep you posted. I'll translate a chapter, and every time I make a little video about what the chapter is about, or explain the things, I wanted to do this anyway. I hope that my Dutch viewers can also understand this, so I don't have to make this again in Dutch. So that's it. I'll keep you posted. I hope you like the first chapter. Go to my Telegram and you can download the PDF and you can read the first part, the first 6 pages, and there's more to come. And please let me know if you can help me with the translation or with proofreading or with contacts or anything. Thank you.